Hands down shit.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Hands Down Sports. And today, Starting Lineup Podcast is all about the waiver wire on your football fantasy league. All right, so the first team I would like to talk about. So there's two Denver Broncos players, a running back and a wide receiver that got 6 targets each. But the catches weren't all there. I mean, Troy Franklin did okay. If you're in PPR, it looks good. 4 catches, 44 yards. You know, so for someone that's not going to be on your flex or your starting lineup, he's probably on your bench or in your waiver wire, right? And then Tyler Batty, if I'm pronouncing that right. He's actually listed as a running back, but he didn't run the ball. 6 targets, right? 2 catches, 16 yards. Now, it's all about targets right here, man. We got to find those guys. So for the Titans, Tennessee, their wide receiver, Alec Ayamonora, 7 targets, but he didn't come down with many, man. Only 2 catches for 13 yards. But 7 targets in a game for someone that's not their number 1, number 2, that doesn't look too bad, bro. Now, we'll go to the Cincinnati game. In Cincinnati, I didn't find anybody really that interesting, but Noah Fant, he's a tight end. I would give it a shot. 5 targets. He came down with 4 of them for 26 yards, and he got a touchdown. You never know, man. In the tight end spot, that's big right there, babe. PPR-wise, that's 12. You know what I mean? That's 12 right there, my G. I like that one. Now, for the Browns, even though they're not going to win too many games, and it's going to be, if they keep on losing, they might just put in Shador Sanders. But when it comes to wide receivers, Cedric Tillman. I'm not sure if you have him on your team. I don't think you would unless you have like one of those 14-man leagues. But his stat was really nice. 8 catches, 50 yards for 5 catches and a touchdown, bro. So you know that touchdown is very enticing. You're like, man, I might have to put him in. Now the Browns also had a tight end, Harold Fanning. 9 targets, bro. 7 catches, 63 yards. If he would have had a touchdown, man, that would have been one of the best tight ends in week 1. Now, Dylan Sampson, rookie running back that they drafted, and of course, the other gentleman, he hasn't played yet, but he's going to be practicing with the team this week. And I don't want to talk about him right now because I know people drafted him, but people probably drafted Dylan Sampson. But if he's on your waiver wire, he ran it for 29 yards. He got 5 catches for 66 yards on 8 targets. So he must be doing something right that they're putting him out there. With that type of production, they might give him some more opportunities out there. And that's the game of the waiver wire, bro. It's all about opportunity. So let's go to the next game. So, Las Vegas, when they face the Patriots, the guy that should be on your waiver wire is Trey Tucker. Now, Tucker only had 3 targets, which is nothing to be happy about. You're not really looking for this guy, but if you need some type of wide receiver help and put him on the bench to see what he does later on in the season, 2 catches for 54 yards. Like, they're using him to go deep. You know what I mean? And then a touchdown on top of that. That's 13 PPR points right there, right? All right, and then in the New England side, Keyshawn Buttle, if I'm pronouncing that right, 8 targets, 6 catches for 103 yards. Huge, bro. That was very surprising. What happened to Kyle Williams? I don't know, man. Now, Hunter Henry, always been solid, right? 8 targets, 4 catches for 66 yards. And then this stat is weird. It's funny as, you know what I mean? Because it's like DeMarco Douglas, right? Who was there last year. He did show promise and stuff like that. So, you know, I think they want to get him involved. I mean, 7 targets. That's really good, man. 7 targets. Now, he caught 2 of them. And he ended up with -2 yards. But he did catch one for a touchdown. So, for some reason, they threw him the ball in the red zone or, you know, in the 5-yard line type of deal. I don't know, goal line type of stuff. I didn't watch the game, so I have no idea. Now, the Vikings in Chicago on Monday night. Jalen Naylor for the Vikings, wide receiver, 3 targets, 1 catch for 28 yards. Probably the only guy on this waiver wire list that I wouldn't recommend, but I'm just mentioning it anyways. Chicago. Now, this dude played for the Commanders last year. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Alamade something. 7 targets, 4 catches for 42 yards. 7 targets looks nice. Detroit, they were struggling. My guy, Isaac Tesla, he only had 1 target, which was 13-yard touchdown, which he caught, which I don't believe that was a touchdown. Every time I looked at the replay, I'm like, 1 foot touched the ground, and that's about it. The rest of his body was out of bounds. I don't know how they called that a touchdown, but if I was him, I'll take it, bro. You know, but Khalif Raymond, who's been on the team for several years, 3 targets, 2 catches for 16 yards. Let's continue. All right, so when we go to the San Francisco game, now, George Kittle, he's going to be out 4 weeks with his injury. He's on the IR. Now, the other tight end that they use, he got 3 targets, caught three of those catches, 1 of them for a touchdown, and he got 15 yards, which is not that much, but, you know, it's in the red zone area, and they went to him. Jake Tungus, tight end number 88. I think that would be a great waiver wire pickup if you had Kittle, or if you're struggling right now, or not sure, not too confident with your tight end. I would definitely go and pick him up if you could. I know that it's, you know, right now it's Wednesday, so waiver wire picks were all said and done. Let's go to the Atlanta Falcons game. Let's see here, against the Buccaneers. Now, Drake London, he's on my team, but he did get hurt. They were, doing a bunch of MRIs and all that stuff. He's expected to play, but let's go to the recap here. If I was looking for a wide receiver, now, let's see here. Ray McLeod III had 5 targets. Casey Washington, he had 6 targets. Let me see here. Kadrell Hodge, if I'm pronouncing that right, had 1 target, but, you know, there's nothing special. But still, Ray and Casey, 3 catches each. Ray had 50 yards, and Casey had 33. Now, if Drake London does miss time, they're going to probably boost up that 5 to 6 and maybe give him like 8 to 9 or 9 to 10 targets. And see what, you know, that's a good pickup. The quarterback is doing good, show some promise. In Miami, even though you're going to look at me right now and be like, Miami, I'm not getting nobody from Miami. Didn't you drop the defense on your dynasty team hands? But I just saw something about Tyreek Hill having some type of allegations on him. Domestic violence type of stuff. And, you know, rumors are out there. Pittsburgh, Kansas City offered, you know, some trade type of talk to Miami. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Jalen Waddle, I wanted him this year, and I think his production is going up. I know Tua's not the best. You might want to go out there and get Zach Wilson or something, but, you know, I don't know about Zach Wilson. I'm here talking about basically like what would be the best wide receiver running back on the waiver wires that you might want to give a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like Malik Washington, wide receiver for the Dolphins, had 5 targets. You see here. Tanner Connor, I believe this is like his second or third year in the league. He got 4 targets. I mean, 2 catches for 20 yards for both of them. And you know how it is, man. Tua struggled, man. He didn't look, it was bad. I shouldn't talk about the Miami Dolphins right now, doggy. But let's go to the Rams. I mean, Matthew Stafford, he played. They got the win. Let me see here. His production was very good, 245 with a touchdown. But what I would do is, if you have him on your squad, go to their roster and go pick up yourself, I think it was this guy right here. Forget Garoppolo. Está viejo, yeah. But Stetson Bennett the fourth, I think if Matthew struggles or gets a little bit more back pain, I think that's the guy that's going to come in and start for you. I think that would be one of these. A lo calladito, loco. Don't tell nobody, son. Just pick him up. Somebody might just look at it and be like, you don't even know what you're doing, doggy. You know what I'm saying? But then another team I want to talk about real quick before I get to others would be the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, as you know, Rashid Rice ain't coming back till week 7, right? Your man's, Xavier Worthy got hurt because of Edelog running into him. So Juju got 5 targets. Taquan Thorin got 4. And they were throwing him the ball down the field. Let me see here. There was another guy. Oh, yeah. I mean, you drafted Hollywood Brown. If you didn't, he's in the waiver wire. Use that fab, man. He's going to be the one getting all the targets. I mean, 16 targets. And no one else sniffed 9, right? Like, they didn't even sniff 7 targets. You know what I mean? So, there it is, man. I mean, Kansas City, that's the guy. And then, of course, for the Chargers, Quentin Johnson, he did really nice. 7 targets, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions for 79 yards. I don't think it's going to be like that all the time, but, Ladd McConkey, 9 targets. Keenan Allen, 10. You know what I mean? So, after that, there's really no one that showed that that Herbert wanted to pass to. You know what I'm saying? So, he's going to be probably one of the top waiver wire picks in your league right now. Now, a game that I wanted to talk about to see if there's anybody in the waiver wire that everyone might be interested in is that Steelers-Jets game. It was a high scoring game. When it comes to targets, as in the wide receiver position, I mean, let's see here. Calvin Austin III, did you draft him in your league? Because you didn't get drafted in my league. 6 targets, 4 catches for 70 yards, plus a touchdown. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that you might want to pick up because he's probably going to be consistently getting 6 targets. Besides, Metcalf and Juno Smith and stuff like that. Running back wise, I mean, Jalen Warren, he had 11 carries. Kenneth Gainwell has 7. If Kenneth Gainwell would be on your waiver wire, I would give him a shot, but he's not looking like he's going to be doing much. I'm surprised they really didn't use Khalid Johnson, man, that rookie. But on the Jets side, besides Garrett Wilson, let me see here. It was pretty bad. I mean, Josh Reynolds got 3 targets, and their rookie tight end, Mason Taylor, only got 1 target, and it was for, 20 yards. I don't know if he caught it for a 20-yard pass or he caught it and, ran it for 20 yards. I have no idea. I didn't see that play. I guess I wasn't watching the game at that moment. But Breece Hall, 19 carries. And then Braylon Allen, he did get a touchdown, in the red zone. It was a 9, he got 9 yards total on 6 carries. And he ran it for 8 yards, the longest one. But, besides that, Brees Hall had 19 carries for 107 yards. So I don't think Braylon Allen would be a top waiver wire pick, especially with those type of numbers right now. The Commanders and the Giants played week 1, and I mean, maybe if they put Dart in there, I would be looking at these wide receivers. I mean, let's see here. Wan'Dale Robinson, 8 targets, 6 catches for 55 yards. PPR wise, 11 is nice, but Malik Neighbors, 12 targets. He only caught it 5 receptions, only 5 times, 71 yards. And of course, that's going to change. And if Dart is, what we saw in the preseason, that's going to be crazy, my G. Now, in the Commanders, let me see here. The one with the second most targets was Zach Ertz, but, I don't think he got drafted. He should be on your waiver wire, to tell you the truth. Nolan Brown had 3 targets, which is not that much, you know what I'm saying? He's not. Then Jalen Lane, one of the rookies, 2 targets. Hopefully his production gets a little bit more, but nothing to be excited about there. The Jags and the Panthers. When it comes to the Panthers, let me see here. Hunter Renfrow got 6 targets. He didn't do much with it. 2 catches for 11 yards. And Xavier Legette, 7 targets. He only caught 3 of them for 10 yards. So, keep an eye out. Maybe that's somebody you want to pick up later on in the waiver wire, maybe in week 3 or something. Besides that, let me see here. In the Jags, when it comes to throwing the ball, Trevor Lawrence, T-Law. Brian Thomas got the 7 targets. That's second to most to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was targeted 8 times. But besides that, Damian Brown and Brenton Strange, which is a tight end, which people might have drafted that tight end. 4 targets, 50 yards or so a piece. Nothing too exciting there. Now, of course, the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I know I'm missing some other teams, but didn't really find anybody too exciting to talk about, even though there are some bums I spoke about. They're not bums. They're professionals. They're amazing. But anyways, the Ravens and Bills game. Now, Zay Flowers had all the targets when Lamar Jackson threw the ball. The second was Rashad Bateman. He had 4 targets. Didn't do much with it. And then besides that, DeAndre Hopkins, two targets, 2 catches for 35 yards. And one of them was a spectacular one-handed catch. When it comes to running backs there, I mean, it's Derrick Henry or nothing. So nothing to really look at right there. For the Bills side, Ty Johnson, he had 2 carries for 24 yards, right? Because James Cook is their guy. In the wide receiver range, I mean, Joshua Palmer, he didn't get drafted. He got 9 targets in that game, man. Let me see here. Dawson Knox only got 2 targets, got 2 catches for 20 yards. So nothing really too eye-opening there for those 2 teams. But, let's see. All right, the last team, Cardinals and the Saints, right? So the Cardinals, Kyler Murray didn't throw it for over 170 yards. So this is pretty bad. So besides Marvin Harris Jr. and Trey McBride, who you drafted, the other 2 guys that got 4 targets each was James Conner. You drafted him. But then Michael Wilson, 1 catch for 5 yards. I mean, I don't know. Might have been an off day. But if Trey Benson is on your waiver wire, you can pick him up. They use him in the offense. And then the Saints, which is going to be a really bad team, and everything is running through Alvin Kamara. I mean, Jawan Johnson, you didn't draft that tight end. 11 targets. You did draft Chris Olave, but Rashid Shaheed, did you draft him? Is he on your waiver wire? I mean, he had 9 targets in this game. You know, not too much production, 6 catches for 33 yards, but that's not bad. I mean, this team is not gonna go far, man. I mean, it's the Saints, my G. But besides that, you know, I think these are the guys. This is the list so far. Just looking at stats and targets, because it's all about opportunity and what you do with it. You know, there has in the beginning of this video, you've seen that there was many dudes that had 7, 8 targets, but only caught 2. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you had to watch the game to really see what happened there. Why they, you know, was it dropped? Was it overthrown or whatever? So you got to make your decisions. I know the waiver wire, you know, went through for you. Whoever you decided is all good. Hopefully, I gave you a look into some other guys today that you might want to take a shot at. I mean, I'm on 1, so you know, I was trying to pick up Quentin Johnson, but I didn't put enough fab on it. You know what I'm saying? I should have, because I have their quarterback. But you know, it is what it is, man. It's a long season. You want to manage your team as best as you can, bro. So, hands down sports, hasta la próxima, loco. Good luck, G. Estamos aquí.